Good morning, Twitch.tv. Good morning to YouTube as well. And of course, good morning, mini Motorways. We are off to Munich for today's daily challenge. And from those little symbols, I don't think I'm going to like it. No motorways and half road tiles. Okay. All right. We can do that. That's fine. It's not like we like putting up high scores in the daily challenge or anything. Man, with half road tiles, it's going to be much more annoying to pave this island in the middle of the river.
Hear ye, let the record show that this viewer was here first.
Busidu was here first. Good morning, Kyozo. Kyozo, you don't need an emote to wave at people. You can just drop whatever the hell your heart feels. Put a tally in the chat. Now, granted, you're not subscribed at the moment, but I can't solve all problems in your life. I can only offer other solutions that happen to be very mildly lucrative for the underscore Goog. It's a coincidence, I'm sure. But good morning, Kyozo. Good morning, Busidu. Hello, Nora. Probably already heard her squeaking because she's once again decided to be ultra hyper this morning. Let's take a pair of traffic lights and 10 road tiles. Fucking gross. I want to talk about Mass Effect Andromeda. Because we played Mass Effect Andromeda last night, and, well, up until last night, I had thought, Mass Effect Andromeda kind of gets a bad rap, right? Like, it's not as good as Mass Effect 2 or Mass Effect 3, or thanks to the Legendary Edition, Mass Effect, meaning that it is, just by its very nature, by those pure facts, it is the worst Mass Effect game. But listen, there are 4 games. Someone has to be the 4th best. It's not the end of the world when we say, Mass Effect Andromeda is the worst Mass Effect game. It's true. It's a factual statement. It's not even really a value judgment. It's just, a thing that is true. That Mass Effect Andromeda is the worst Mass Effect game. But hey, someone has to be worst. Mass Effect Andromeda is a fun little space game. You got a nice open world most of the time. You run around, you do some quests, you collect some things. I'm going to take 15 road tiles. You shoot some people. The combat mechanics are tremendous. Listen, the combat mechanics are great. Say what you will about the story, which is weird and doesn't fully maintain internal consistency and sometimes just sucks. And say what you will about the squad mates, who are half boring and half fun but under-realized, and say what you will about the main plot, which is just, it's warmed over Reapers, whatever. But, I did the scroll thing again. Say what you will about all of the many bad things about Mass Effect Andromeda. At its core, Mass Effect Andromeda is a fine little video game. We can't all be historically great video games. That's fine. These are all opinions that I held up until last night. However, last night, I found the best thing in Mass Effect Andromeda. Last night, while I was just poking around one of the many interchangeable, forgettable quest hubs, looking through one of the many, oh hey, here's a person I don't care about, let's talk to them and get this generic mission that doesn't really make a ton of sense, but whatever. While we were doing that, through pure accident, I stumbled. It's like I unearthed a big piece of cement in the rubble of a collapsed building, right? I lifted up this big cement and I tossed it to the side and I looked at what I uncovered, and what we had uncovered was Mass Effect 4. For one brief, shining, glorious moment, all of a sudden, there were cinematic camera angles. There was pitched combat in tight spaces with unique enemies doing weird things, creating strange interactions with the environment all around us that we could only get at this time on this level because there was a level. It wasn't like the world. They didn't just slap together a world, put some enemies in it, and call it a fight. No, they crafted a mission with enemies that spawn in reasonable places, staggered fights, chest-high walls that actually make sense. For one, all of a sudden, out of nowhere, we were playing Mass Effect again. And listen, I don't want to be one of those people who's like, Mass Effect Andromeda isn't a Mass Effect game. No, it's a Mass Effect game. It's fine. It has the title Mass Effect. It's a Mass Effect game. But Mass Effect Andromeda had been a very different, and I thought intentionally different, an intentionally different approach to what a Mass Effect game could be. Instead, now listen, this intentionally different approach is also a lesser approach, but hey, sometimes you try things and they don't work. You know, the whole thing is a shot on the moon. Who knows? You know, the whole thing is a desperate attempt, right? So you're going to try some things and some of the things aren't going to work and that's going to be fine. So yes, Mass Effect Andromeda was a different and lesser Mass Effect experience, but hey, it was still Mass Effect, whatever. But all of a sudden, no, it was not a different Mass Effect experience. It was an evolved Mass Effect experience. Last night, we played Drax's Loyalty Mission, and Drax's Loyalty Mission could have come straight out of Mass Effect 2. The only major difference between Drax's Loyalty Mission and, pick a mission from Mass Effect. Pick a good mission from Mass Effect 2. I'm not even saying it's like I was whisked back to that planet with the malfunctioning mechs where you have to kill 20 of them, and if you kill 20 of them, you get all of Aria's bounty, but if you only kill 16 of them, you only get some of Aria's bounty. Remember those Halcyon days? I'm not even saying that. I'm saying, it was Thane's recruitment. It was Okir's recruitment. It was that level of fucking Mass Effect 2 ass gameplay. Just out of nowhere. Out of absolute ether. We were suddenly taken to a world in which Mass Effect Andromeda was styled like Mass Effect 2, but played like Mass Effect Andromeda. And that's what Mass Effect 4 should be. Honestly, in my opinion, having seen it, I'm now wondering what the fuck the rest of Mass Effect Andromeda is. Alright, we've got to get Pink Guys over to here before I get to my other point. How are we going to get Pinks over here, I wonder? That's a good question. I think we're going to wait and try to just have this thing take care of itself over the weekend. It can probably survive. It's going to be fine. Assuming it can survive, we'll do a roundabout right here and then swing up here. But see, here's the thing. Drax's Loyalty Mission is the best part of Mass Effect Andromeda so far. Maybe there are better parts to come. Who knows? Because now that I've found one mission like this, I'm left with the opinion that I want 30 more, and I'm wondering why Mass Effect Andromeda wasn't just that 30 times. I had thought, and it turns out I was just being dumb, but I had thought that they made the intentional choice to try something different, and what wound up happening was that they made something that wasn't very good. Is fine. Is okay. We're not going to sit here and belabor the point. Is whatever it is. But no, that is not the case. It turns out that they were fully capable of making a kick-ass, excellent, amazing Mass Effect 2 reminiscent fucking video game experience and just didn't. Which, it's weird to say I've played the best part of this game and now I like this game less for having seen it. But I feel like I've seen the best part of Mass Effect Andromeda, and having seen it makes me like Mass Effect Andromeda less. It's like, if you could have been doing this whole time, why didn't you? I'm sure that would have been hard, and it would have cost money, And look, it's entirely possible. In fact, I would go so far as to say I assume that Drax's loyalty mission was either the very first thing they did or the very last thing they did when making Mass Effect Andromeda. Because it is so totally, tonally different from the rest of the game. The cinematography is different, the enemies are different, the characterization is different. Like, we've seen hints of Drax having the personality that he shows in this loyalty mission and having that internal struggle of, wow, all of these people are trying to build something new and here I am, just an old Krogan warrior with nothing left to contribute. We've seen him kind of show that opinion, but like, it's never been at the forefront of his character the way it was here, and he's much more sitcom dad in this loyalty mission. Like, you could see John Goodman playing Drax, which I never would have really thought might be a thing, but now it kind of seems like it could be a thing. It's a weird thing. All right, I gotta get more blues over here to this blue guy. And I don't know how we're gonna do that. So that's my current situation. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna put this blue, we're gonna hook these oranges back up to here. This blue guy right here, right? This blue guy here is gonna come over to, well, I can get this blue guy over to here, but I can't really get, I suppose I can get him up here. That's doable. It's gross, but you know. All right, so you, blue guy, are gonna shoot yourself up like so. Now, theoretically, I don't have the road tiles for this, but I could hook this road down into here or right there. And if I do that, then these would technically have access to that, but that seems dicey. That seems like a thing I don't necessarily want to do. All right, these white houses are not actually doing anything, so. But yes, I will move on after this because I feel my point has been made. Drax's loyalty mission is by such an incredible margin the best part of Mass Effect Andromeda. I'm very happy that we found it, but also, yeah. Kyozo says, are the two blue houses up top taking up a road tile each? No, they're not. That's just the way their driveways go. It looks longer when you're diagonal with them because they have to go all the way to the edge of the tile. But yeah, that's their spawn. It's fine. Here, you come here. You are a white business that needs help. We can do that once we have more road tiles, which we just did. Let's take 15 of those. Now, unfortunately, we're kind of in trouble. Because the problem is multiple-fold, honestly. Here, you go. Yeah, this blue guy is already sending dudes out to here. So that's not great. Additionally, at the moment, we have 5 white houses tasked with supporting 3 businesses, one of which is a circle. And that's just not gonna work. So that presents further complications. And what we could do... Oh, God. I mean, I only have 13 road tiles. So I think what I can do is nuck and futhin'. I can get all of you into the roundabout. But then out of the roundabout, you know, what do? Out of the roundabout, you can... Ugh. So you go support that, you go support that, you go support that. That's okay. If I get all of these whites into the roundabout, right, I can just bulldoze my way through here. Here, let's do this. Let's kill this traffic light. We're just gonna We're just gonna have to do that. I don't particularly like this. I would rather this be a roundabout, but I don't have a roundabout right now. But now these whites are responsible for this circle. This roundabout is the roundabout that kills everything. If you're wondering where it is, here it is. You found it. Can I get you? No, I can't get you up there. I need one more. Need one more road tile from somewhere. Hey, look, one more road tile from somewhere. Now, the problem is that only gets one pink going this way, but details. We still have 5 white houses tasked with supporting 2 white businesses, which is suboptimal, but oh, Jesus Christ. Seriously? Seriously, pink house? Seriously now. You're serious now. You're not fooling around here. That's what you want to do. You want to send... Okay. All right, listen. Best case scenario is we get 15 road tiles this week, and I don't even know what we do with 15 road tiles. We definitely don't get purple guys over there. Are you fucking kidding me? Oh, let's take another roundabout. Here. We're going to take another roundabout. We're going to... Okay. We're going to slap a roundabout right here. Having successfully slapped a roundabout right here. I don't even know. Okay. We have to get pinks over to here. In order to get pinks over to here, we can do that. Now, all of the pinks that go into this roundabout are ultimately responsible for this business, which is a fucking nightmare disaster, but the hell else are we gonna do? So, you go support that. Now, I need oranges to get the fuck over here, which is also gross, but whatever. Here, do that, traffic light there, and now somehow all of the oranges that come all of the everywhere are also supposed to go there. But wait, there's more. I have no idea. I'm already down to 1 road tile. So, boop, I fixed it. This is going to go so poorly. Everybody point everywhere. I have no idea how we're not immediately dead. We're not immediately dead. We're just eventually long-term dead. And things have started to spawn on the island, because of course they have. Of course they have. I mean, we've got whites and purples coming down this way. If I had like 85 more road tiles, I would hook this up to here, but we're not going to get to 1,000. We are absolutely not getting to 1,000 trips. We might not get to 800. Good lord. The roundabout that kills everything is not helping. Like, this... Oh, boy. I feel as though I have done a bad job with a bad hand. Like, I was dealt a bad hand, and then I played it poorly. So, yeah. Both of these pinks are dead. As soon as I hit go, they're both dead. Not dying, not in trouble. They're dead. So why am I bothering to draw more road? That is a wonderful question. They're dead. Yeesh! 797 commuters over 63 days. That's not the best. But hey, it is top 25% in the world, and I got within spitting distance of Samurai Sam, which is better than I usually do, but yikes! And I'll say it one more time. Yikes, that was bad. Matter of fact, I'll say it twice more times. Yikes! We know there's an E in the Wordle, so that's something, I suppose. We could be Thane of Whiterun. There we go. We were talking about Mass Effect. Let's mention Thane. And hey, it's good that we did. We now know more things. I don't know where I'm going with this. So, what about cash? It could be cash, right? How did I do that? Hold on, how did I do that? How did I... Okay, so I was looking at it. I was looking at it and thinking, you know, maybe it starts with an H and the second letter's A, but I was running through, like, what would fit that, and I was like, haste? Well, it can't be haste because there's S and T, so it can't be haste here. And I ran through a couple more that weren't words, like hange, not a word, and hampy, not a word. So I eventually had the thought, well, what if it's, you know, something, 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 H-E? And I realized it couldn't be T-H-E because there was no T. So something, something, C-H-E. Well, something, something, C-H-E is cash. So let's try it, even though it's a double C letter, double C word. Fine, whatever. Here. There's nothing wrong with double C's. That's a... there's a joke there. All right, let's do a no pausing run. It's been a while since we did one of those. We'll go to Moscow. We will play Moscow without pausing one single time until I inevitably forget that I'm trying to do a no pausing run and then do pause and then feel bad about it and go. That sounds right. It sounds exactly like what we're going to do. So yeah, Mass Effect Andromeda. Fine video game. Also, apparently capable of having been a historically great video game. Learning question of the day for Kyozo: how do traffic light work? Traffic light work very sporadically and very temperamentally in mini motorways. I find that the only time a traffic light is really helpful is if you have a situation where you've got, like, all right, we're gonna draw this out, right? You've got a cluster of houses here, and you've got a business here and a business here, right? So you've got this long road that goes to the business here, but there's also a business here. If you do this and put a traffic light here, it's good because, can I get to this and still keep my example? Yes, I can. Sort of. So if you're going along this way, right? Here, give me a traffic light. So if you're going along this way and the traffic light is right here, you have to be mindful of how the traffic light orients itself when no cars are coming. This way, right? You've got the traffic light, and most of the time, like 99% of the time, cars are going to do one of three things, right? One of four things, right? Because again, cluster of houses here, business here, business here. They're going to be going straight through the light, going to this business, or they're going to be coming from the light, coming from this business, straight through the light, back over this way. Hold that thought while we figure out what to do with these blue guys. I know what to do with these blue guys. I Know What to Do with These Blue Guys was the title of a Maya Angelou poem? Was I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings a poem or a novel? Or possibly a third thing? Anyway, I know what to do with these blue guys. So, don't hit the mute button, Goog. Just cough directly into the microphone. That's fine. Oh, look, we've got a business over here. Fuck, we've got a business over here. That's bad. Here, we'll just do that. Okay, so, again, in this hypothetical example that we've drawn for ourselves here, you've got a cluster of houses over here, a cluster of houses over, a business over here, and another business up here, right? As you see, most of the time with this traffic light, this is actually helpful. Traffic is going to come through here and either go straight through the traffic light, meaning that the light stays green and traffic keeps moving, or they're going to be coming from this direction, and they're going to want to go back to the cluster of houses, so they're going to go straight through the traffic light the other way, meaning that the light stays green and traffic keeps moving. Or from the cluster of houses, they're going to want to get to the business that's up here. From the cluster of houses, they come here, they turn left at the light, just like that car just did. They turn left at the light, and they go. And the light is green, and traffic keeps moving. Okay? What might happen, and what you're seeing happen here, give me a motorway, and actually I think I have to kill my hypothetical example road. Yeah, I think we've outlived our usefulness, and now I'm actually starting to hurt. Okay. So let's move our hypothetical example road, right? We're just going to go, it's up here, and we have a traffic light here, right? And motherfucker. That's fine, actually. Here, Nora, listen, you're fine. Motorway number 1, swing up there. Okay, so we've moved our hypothetical example road, but it looks the exact same, right? You've got a cluster of houses here, a business here, and a business here. So from the cluster of houses, you either go straight through the light. The point is, like, the main thing you want to do with a traffic light is keep it green. You want to keep it green so that it slows down traffic as little as possible. And in order to do that, you have to orient it in this manner. Fuck. Okay. Let's see here. You are going to come down here. You are kafucky. Okay, here, let's do this. We'll do this, and I can't really do that, actually. We'll do that, and then shit. Okay, we're gonna kill that. We're gonna draw this up to, no. We're gonna draw this up to there, which is gonna free up motorway to get whites down to there, which is great, except now blues have to come here, which is why we have a bridge. Son of a bitch! Okay, you go that away, you bridge that away, except now I don't have a way to get blues over to here. Fuck. Okay, you go there, you come here. I'm working on it. Everybody go. Okay, we're going to traffic light here, because this is basically what I want. Okay, so in our hypothetical example road, get more blue guys going that way, please. Save this. Thank you. This might be fucked, but we're okay. So in our hypothetical example road, the light wants to stay green at all times. Give me another motorway. Can I save these blues? Maybe. Here. Blues. Gadoo. You can too. Go down that way. Kill that traffic light, kill that connection, bring that back. Give me a couple road tiles. Okay, cool, great, awesome, amazing, I love it. Here, you go like that, you go like, no, you go like that. Yes, swell. Now these businesses are only sort of, kind of supported. Okay, we're gonna disconnect this now, because this doesn't help us anymore. You are a circle with only 2 dudes, which I don't care for you. But, right, here's what we're going to do. Here's the deal. You are going to come that way. And now, instead of a circle with 2 dudes, you're a circle with 4 dudes. That's so much better. All right. You point that way. Hi. You and you grab this and go there. Kill that. Kill that. Okay. Give me another Bridga. How are we looking? Bad. Okay. Good. Good. All right. We're going to kill our example road again. We'll draw another one in a second. You two need to swing down this way. Provide additional support to this circle. Meanwhile, you need to grab that. Go over to here. Thanks a bunch. Okay. Can I actually talk shop for a second, or am I desperate plate spinning? Desperate plate spinning. Got it. Title of the episode? Title of the episode. Desperate plate spinning. It's what you need to do in order to play mini motorways. All right. Shit. See, here's the problem. I only have 1 bridge, and in order to get over here, I need 2 bridge. So, yeah. That's a problem. Well, hopefully we'll get either a bridge or a motorway. If we get a motorway, then these purples are just fine. And if we don't, then... Oh, fuck. Well, that just made my head hurt. Here, you come down this way. Give me another Bridga. Okay, we're going to get purples over here. That's our main priority. That's our job. We've done it. Great. The purples are saved. So you have a road, and you have a spur, and you have a traffic light. And you want to keep the light green at all times, right? So from the cluster of houses, they're either going to go straight through, light stays green, to get to this business. Or from this business, they're going to go straight through, light stays green, to get to the cluster of houses. Or from the cluster of houses, they're going to turn left, light stays green, to get to the business. Or from the business, they're going to come here, turn right, to get to the cluster of houses. Now, the only thing, basically Mini Motorways Nation has right turns on red. And because there are right turns on red, you can kind of let traffic go against a traffic light as long as they're turning right. Because about half the time when they turn right against the light doesn't cycle. The light will cycle if you need to turn left, right? Like, here, give me a bridge. If you have a house up here and a business down here, and you're trying to get from here to there, this light is going to have to cycle, which means that traffic along this road is going to have to come to a complete stop in order for anything to happen. Speaking of coming to a complete stop, this level is about to come to a complete stop because my blues are fucked, but it's fine. We've had a good run. So if you're turning left against a traffic light, your traffic light is bad. Like, for instance, if I was to do this, right? If I put a traffic light right here, this is not a very good traffic light because these cars, they're turning right. Okay, that's great, but as you come out of here, you see these cars need to turn left, which means that this light has to cycle. So that's a bad traffic light. This is actually better as an unlit intersection than it would be. See how the flow there was awkward but kind of smooth? It's actually better as an unlit intersection than it would be with a traffic light since I'm doing this. By the way, all of the purples in the fucking world just spawned here. Thanks. It's very helpful. Additionally, we've got you and you. I would love it if there were yield signs. Like, now listen, people IRL don't know what to do with a fucking yield sign, and so yield signs in Mini Motorways would be even less realistic than Mini Motorways currently is. But man, a yield sign would go down so smooth. If you could just tell people, hey, keep going unless someone's coming, at which point stop. Like, I would put a yield here facing that way. That would be really good. But, oh, by the way, my blues died. So that's how traffic lights work. I very rarely actually use them because, like, that exact situation is it's rare. You have to engineer it specifically to get a really good traffic light. More often than not, I think, personally speaking, a really good traffic light. No, I'm gonna tier list this, right? The best thing you can do is one business, one road. You have a bunch of houses, and their only job is to support one business. And you have a business, and that business is only receiving support from one cluster of houses, which is directly connected with one road. So the very best thing you can do is one business, one road. If at some point you have to have a group of traffic on one road and then split them up, the next thing you can do is the ideal traffic light, which is the one I just laid out. If you can't do the ideal traffic light, the next thing down the tier list is a reasonably busy roundabout. A roundabout that's like, you've got, two different things coming in and they go out two different directions. Like a four-sided roundabout is okay. Anything more than that and you're plummeting down the tier list. But like a not too busy roundabout is not as good as the ideal traffic light, but it's better than the next thing on the list, which is a single unlit intersection. A single unlit intersection is really like, you're at the point where you should be able to do better than this, but hey, sometimes you run out of tiles, sometimes the challenges are bad, whatever. After the single unlit intersection, you have the two worst things, and these are like avoid at all cost, and yet, watch, I always fall for them. The second worst thing, and I do think this is the second worst thing you can do, is an overloaded... Actually, no. A single unlit intersection is better than the next thing on the list, which is a bad traffic light. A poorly placed traffic light is like... If you have a legitimate four-way intersection where cars could go at any direction, you don't want a traffic like that. If you have, the situation I drew where cars are turning right with the green and then left against the red, no. You want that to be an unlit intersection rather than a bad traffic light. So that's the, fifth thing down the tier list? The second worst thing you can do is an overloaded roundabout. And an overloaded roundabout is something with 5 or 6 or 8 roads. Octo roads are never actually the play. I usually wind up deploying them because I'm bad at this game, but they're never actually the play. But the very worst thing, even worse than an octo road, is a crab rave. No, the very worst thing, even worse than an octo road, is a total clusterfuck. Like, you just slap some road together and pray, with no lights and no roundabouts and no nothing. That's probably the worst thing you can do. But hey. Tough Wordle, huh, Sam? Tough Wordle, you say? Tough Wordle? I don't know, Kyozo. Was it a tough Wordle? I think it might have been an okay Wordle. So we did the Wordle, we played the daily challenge, we did a no pausing level, and we gave Goog's philosophy on traffic lights and Mass Effect Andromeda. It was a fine and good episode, and I hope you all have a fine and good day. Thank you all so much for being here. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Bye-bye.